Hi guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about my brows. I have found a new way of doing it, which is using soap, which is the famous soap brows. If you look it up on Instagram or YouTube, you'll find a lot of tutorials, but I wanted to do one for us women in our 40s because I think that we all struggle sometimes with having plucked our eyebrows a lot and you know, making sure that we get that arch right and all that kind of stuff. At least I did. So I wanted to share with you guys my tips and tricks and what I do to do my brows. So before we get into that, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Maria Luisa, and if you like beauty videos, you've come to the right place. I hope you decide to stay and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And without further ado, let's get our brows done. Okay, so I zoomed you guys in really close so you can see, hopefully see my eyebrows. So what I'm going to use is, I like to use this little pen from Glossier. You can hear it's got like a little, you know, what do you call, bead in there to shake up the product. And then I use this eyebrow pencil from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it's got like a very little, hopefully there we go. It's got like a very little and thin brush, and then on the other side it has a spoolie. Then I also use the, well, I just recently, this one is a new one, so we'll be checking it out in this video. Be first impression. It's the NYX Professional Makeup Tinted Brow Mascara, and I've got the color that I think it's the one, oh yeah, this one is black, because my brows hairs are really dark, even though, you know, I've got highlights in my hair. And I also like to use the pomade from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So as you can see, I do use a lot of products, but before it used to be a nightmare. And what I've heard from other YouTubers, it's good to use a clear soap. That way you don't get any like white cast or anything on your face. And I recommend doing this before you do your foundation. Otherwise, the soap can't stick here and, you know, stick to your foundation, and then you have to clean it off and it just becomes a mess. So you're better off starting with your brows. And so here is what I use. This is the Pears soap that I use, and I get this at a dollar store. I know people have bought it like on Amazon, but it's like $2-3. Just go to your Dollar Tree, pick up one of these. And then I have this from Amazon. I just recently purchased, which I love. This thing is awesome. And what I do is I spray, it's just water. You can use, some people like to use setting spray, but I just spray water. And I let it sit there so that it starts to kind of melt the soap while I, you know, brush my eyebrows up. So I'm going to take my little trusty mirror, and what I like to do is first, you know, bring my eyebrows nice, brush my eyebrows, not bring my eyebrows. I'm not bringing them anywhere. I like to brush my eyebrows up like so, and just like this, kind of, you know, really get them brushed out nicely. If I feel that I have any crazy hairs, I do like to take my little scissors here. I take these little like scissors, and these I did get on Amazon, and I'll cut off sometimes when I feel that they're like getting too long. But nowadays bushy thick brows are in, so I don't cut them very often. I do right here at the beginning of the brow. Sometimes they get a little crazy and uneven, so like, oh no, I thought I had one right here, but I don't. So, and then I have these tweezers, which I also got on Amazon, and they really are nice, and you know, they really shut nicely, because I've purchased other ones at the drugstore and they don't work as nice. These have really good reviews on Amazon, and I'll link them down below. Usually I just keep on top of, you know, pulling out the little hairs that I see coming in. That way I don't have like a whole jungle to work with. After, you know, if I go too long without doing it, then it's a whole process to get them, to shape them and all that. I also use, and this is, you know, once you have them done, once you have your brows the way you like them, you don't have to repeat this whole process. unless you start to see, you know, your brows coming out. But I like to use this one. These little, like, they're I get them also on Amazon. I think they're called Tinkle, and they come in a pack of 3, and they're just like this little blade. I know they make other ones, but I haven't found the other ones I like as much as I like these. And I just go and kind of clean up around, and they do a really nice job of cleaning around the eyebrow. And I do have very thin eyebrows at the end, at the tail, because I like a little bit more of an arch to my eyebrow. But if you don't have that, if you have, you just brush up your, you know, your natural brow, just like so, and like that. And I'm actually, you know, I used to even take this part off even more, but now that I do the soap brows, I don't do that as much anymore. You know, I used to have like half brow gone because I you know, it was the time during when you had those block eyebrows, you know, the back was really dark. But now, like I said, they've come back with the more natural look, which I like, because you don't have to do so much upkeep with taking the little hairs out all the time. So anyway, I'm done chatting. So now that I've brushed it up, I'm gonna go into my gel, and let me show you what I do. I just kind of go in the gel, and I will, you know, rub it in there, kind of, now that it's soft, and then I'll kind of go up like so, and just get them nice and up there. And I'll make sure to kind of really get that. You can even go like this if you want, but you got to make sure to get all the soap, you know, in the hairs, so that your brows can stick up like this. And then you can, if you don't want them too high, oops, if you don't want them too high, you can always shape them. I like to go like this. I like to twist, you know, so that they go this way, but they're still kind of bushy. You know, you can kind of play around to whatever look you like. The tail end, I do like to have it down, and then this is nice because then you don't have to get any eyebrow, what's it called? I can't think of the name. No, this is nice because you don't have to, you know, buy any eyebrow gel to keep your eyebrows in place. So I'm doing the other side, and again, you can see how my hair on this tail end is growing out, which I like. Now I do want my eyebrows to be bushy. And again, I'm just doing this. And when you're doing your eyebrows, another thing to consider is that, and there we go. When you do your eyebrows, another thing to consider is that you should always start your brow right here. Start it, you know, from the end of the nose to the, you know, and that's where your eyebrow should start. And then you look straight into the mirror, and from the end of the nose through your iris, like so. That's where your arch is supposed to be. And then again from the end of the nose, and then you have to go through the corner of your eye, and that's where your eyebrow should end, right there. And I don't need to mark it, but you can always use like a pencil or pen to mark it, but I don't need to do that. I just know already, after doing them so many times, I know exactly where they should end. So now that I have that, they're nice and dry, and you'll find that they're a little bit sticky, but that's okay. What I like to do is I take a Q-tip, and you can either use water or micellar water, and I kind of just go around here so that my foundation, you know, the foundation doesn't get icky or sticky, because it does, the soap does make things sticky around the skin. If the soap touched your skin, then you want to clean that around there so that you don't have bubbly eyebrows. I saw that somebody said that in a comment in a different video. thought that was funny. Now that we've got, see how beautiful your eyebrows just stay up nice and full, and you don't have to worry about it. They really stay like that all day long. They don't move until you take off your until you take off your, what you call it, until you take off your makeup. All right, so now what I like to do is I will take the pomade from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I have the color dark brown. And what I'll do is grab that same, oops, where is it? I'll grab that same, you know, like brush with the spoolie, but now I'm going to use this side right here. And I like to make sure that it's nice and flat. So I just kind of really, and it doesn't have to be an Anastasia Beverly Hills. I think e.l.f. has one, and I saw, what's her name? Alex, I think. She had, Alex, I don't know her last name, I'm sorry. But she uses one from, I think it's Pixie, Dixie, Luxie Beauty, I think she has one. But anyway, you just want this to be really, really fine. It doesn't have to be an expensive eyebrow. It doesn't have to be an expensive eyebrow brush. So I'm going to take and dip it into the pomade. And then again, I'm just going to make sure that it's nice and flat. So I'm going to use the top of the top of the actual pomade and make sure that my brush has not too much product on it, that I've taken off enough product. And then what I'll do is start making like brush strokes right here. And all you do is you kind of place it and flick your brush. And see how you're making like little brush strokes? And don't worry if you go too crazy, all you have to do is use your finger and wipe it off like so. And kind of, you can make longer strokes, shorter strokes, and go down, kind of follow the natural curve of your brow. But pretty much you're just filling in where you see more, you know, sparseness. And I'm already almost done with this side. Super easy. It took me longer to explain what to do than the actual, you know, doing. Super fast. And they look so nice afterwards. So here we go on this side. This side doesn't have as many hairs because I plucked the bejesus out of them. And now I'm hoping they'll grow back. And don't do that at home, folks. Oops. And I'm just going to take some more pomade. But again, I always make sure to stroke it you not stroke it, but you know, kind of like a paintbrush to put it on so that it goes on the brush, but it doesn't make it gloppy. Is that a word? Gloppy? And again, you know, I'm filling in the gaps. And if you see that you miss like a hair going up, you can still bring it up. Just make sure you don't brush through too much through your brows, because I've done that where I don't like it and it's already positioned where it's supposed to be, and then I have to start from square one, which is not good. But slowly with practice, I'm learning how to do more and more, how to do them a lot faster. I love this soap brow method. There's even now some sort of you can go to like an esthetician or wherever they do like Botox and stuff, and they'll do your brows like this to where you're always wearing them lifted like this. You don't have to do it every day, but I don't know if I want to do that to my eyebrows. You know, it's kind of like microblading. I don't know if I want to take the leap, because that is also an investment. You have to go back to get it redone, because I think it's like every 2 or 3 years it has to be done. Right now what I am loving is my eyelashes, the extensions. Oh my gosh, I love it so much, because I get up and I can just go and not worry about not having lashes on. So again, if you go too crazy, and that's the thing, you can always shape your lashes, but see, I mean your brows. I'm talking about lashes, so obviously, talking about lashes, so obviously now I'm thinking about them. No, Maria, it's your brows. All right, so again, if I feel like I need some more here, I'll just go in and there you go. And if I go too crazy, and that's pretty much it. And then what I like to also do is grab some like concealer, and this is, well, this is more of an eye, it's kind of like a paint pot, and this one is called, I have, it's like an eye base. Well, it's not an eye base, it says eye base on it, and it's from Gerard Cosmetics, and I've really been liking it. Like I said, I got the medium tone, and this is what it looks like. It's nice, and you know, it's not too thick like the paint pot from MAC. It's a lot better as an eye base than a concealer would be. And then I take my MAC 242 brush, which is nice and flat. It's kind of like a synthetic brush. And then again, I will use the top and kind of dip it in there, make sure it's nice and flat, and go in and just kind of, if I wanted to, I can clean that up, make them nice. If you like doing that, you don't have to, but if I'm gonna apply shadow, I like to clean it up to make them nice and sharp. And then I'll come down like so, and this will help with any discoloration on your eyelids. If you are in a hurry, you can do this, but you know, and that's it. If you're in a hurry, you can just do this and be done, but make sure you set it, otherwise it will crease on our eyelids. So I kind of go around it, kind of make sure I have the shape I want. And this is just extra. If you just want to do the little brow strokes and leave it at that, if you kind of, I just always am messing with my eyebrows. But you got the idea of what to do to just make your eyebrows look really nice and stay on all day, because the pomade from Anastasia is long lasting. I think it's waterproof, because I've had some on my hand and I wash my hands and it doesn't come off. So that's it. That's all you have to do. I hope you like it. What do you guys think? Would you do it? See, this is the one with the concealer. This one is without. And oops. This one is without the concealer, but they look nice and bushy and full. And you can, if you're like me that plucked out too much, it's a great way to make your brows look nice and full as well, because they had, you know, the brow pomade adds texture. I didn't need the Glossier. Sometimes if I don't like it, if I want them to be a little bit darker, I'll go in with this Glossier one, because this one is actually black. But at this point, I didn't need it. I think they look just fine as is. So anyway, again, if you liked it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That will help YouTube show my channel to other ladies that can use nice and fluffy brows. And I appreciate very much that you came to watch, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.